Hello, in this video, I will show you how to register a data source in the data map because to register a data source, it will be the first step before to be able to perform a scan and get a metadata of your technical asset. So the first thing that you need to know is when you register a data source, most of the time you will use a connector. So here you can see some of them. So we start to have more and more connectors to be able to connect to several data sources. But of course, you can also create your custom connector if needed. And you can also use the Purview API if you want to create your own asset. So when you register a data source, you can do that at domain level or collection level. The recommendation is maybe to do that at the collection level, the one you can create just under the domain level, for instance, as I explained in another video. And be careful because when you register data source, the result of the scan can only be sent to the same level or in the collection below the collection where you registered the data source. In another word, you can send the result of the scan only on the collection where you register the data source or in the sub collection. So be careful at which level you registered your data source. For some data sources, you have data policy enforcement. Data policy enforcement will allow the catalog, Microsoft Purview Data Catalog, to apply policies to your data source. This policy could be, for instance, to give a read access to the data source after a workflow validation. Of course, when you register the policy for the data source, you need to have a minimum permission on the resource itself. It could be either owner or a combination of contributor and user access administrator. Here you have the link if you want to have more details about the policies enforcement. So in this video, I will show you how to register data source. I will do for some of them during my demonstration. So let's see that in action. So here I am in my Microsoft Purview Data Catalog portal. So to register data source, you need to go in the data map. So click on data map and then click on data sources. In data sources, then you will have your view. It could be the table view or the map view. The map view, it could be useful at the beginning to have a good visualization of where you would like to register the data source. As I mentioned previously, you can of course register at domain level, but I think it's better to register either at intermediary collection like this, the one you have to create to create a kind of isolation between the domain and the rest of the structure. And of course, you can register the data source at another level. So for instance, if marketing has their own database, you can register the database at this level. If you have a Microsoft Fabric for the whole organization, you can register your Microsoft Fabric here. So here for this demonstration, first I will register Data Lake Gen 2. So I click here and I will get the list of all the connectors. So of course I can search for the connector I would like to use. So let's click on Storage Gen 2 and click on Continue. Of course you have to give a name, a relevant name if you can. So here let's call it demo for instance. Choose your subscription and the storage that you would like to scan. Here we just registered we are just doing the registration. Here you are just defined. We just set up the collection level where we like to register the data source. I pick from this level by default. This is the collection level where I click on the button, but of course you can change that. For some data sources, you have the capability to turn data policies enforcement on. You can do that only if you have enough permission to do that. So if you click on this link, learn more, you will land in this kind of article, and this article will explain how to set up your data sources for policy enforcement. So like here, for instance, you have the one for Data Lake Gen 2. So if I switch back here, as I've got enough permission on my Data Lake Gen 2, I can switch this button on and click on register. So here now I've got my data lake registered at organization level. It means that when I will perform a scan, thing that I will do in another video, I will be able to distribute the result of the scan on all the collection. It could be this one, but also the child collection. So now let's continue. So let's imagine I would like to register a data source for marketing, and as I mentioned previously, so the marketing has their own Azure SQL database. So for the marketing on the child collection for marketing, I can register this Azure SQL database. Here I can give a name, again choose the subscription, the server, and where I would like to register. So here, marketing, and also for Azure SQL database, I can switch this button on register my data source. So you can also, let's imagine you want to register, you have Azure Databricks in your organization, so you can also register your Databricks, Azure Databricks. So again, you have to choose your collection. So I've got Azure Databricks workspace in my organization, so I can select the workspace and register it. And last but not least, what I can do, I can also, for my organization, register SQL Server on premises. So here, if you want to scan, for instance, SQL Server on premises, you have to pick this one. So click on this icon, continue. Okay, so you have to give for instance, the server name or the instance. So you can here use this example, and again choose the domain on the collection. Be careful when you register a data source for a domain, it will be unique to this domain. It means that you can't register the same data source for in another domain. And click on register. And here we go. So here we have all our the 4 registrations. So 3 data sources at corporation level, on 1 at marketing level. Again, the result of the scans of this database can only be sent to the marketing on the sub collection. Now I would like to show you the importance of the user permissions when you want to register a data source to use the enforcement policies. So here I switch my user. So I am connected as a frontmare demo. Frontmare demo, here this user would like to add a new, for instance, a new Azure storage account to be able to scan. So let's imagine you would like to add the new storage account in the test environment in the collection here from Mercorp. So click on register, look for the storage, click continue. So call it test for instance, and select the storage account. Then I would like to turn as a frontmare demo this toggle button on because I would like to use data policy enforcement also in this account. So let's turn it on, and I don't have access. Why? Because frontmare demo has not enough permissions to be able to activate this feature. So now let's switch at admin account. So now I am admin. And just to show you that if you want to be able to use the enforcement policies, you need to either to be a owner, as I mentioned previously, or a combination of contributor and user access administrator. So to do that, so let's go here on the storage account, again with my admin account. So here, go in access control, add, assignment role, look for contributor. Oh, it's on the privileged administrator roles. Here, next, and add the member. And assign the user to the contributor role. So now you need to add also the user to user access administrator. So again, in access control, add. So add a new role. Look for user access control administrator. Here in the privilege administrator roles. So pick the role, add the member. Here go on conditions. So select the condition that you would like to apply. So for my demonstration, I will use this one. And review and assign. Okay, so let the time to have the permission propagated up to the user. So it should take maybe a few minutes. Okay, so now as the permission has been assigned to the user frontmare demo, so now I'm back as a frontmare demo. So let's try again to register the data source. So search for the storage. So grab your storage account and now try to turn the data policy enforcement on, and boom, now frontmare demo can do that because he has enough permissions to be able to turn this feature on.